Hello everyone and welcome back to The Forge, your place for gaming news, reviews, and more. Today we're going to be talking about the 5th class in the Mass Effect Legendary Edition and how to play the Soldier class on the Insanity difficulty. The Soldier is the gunplay fanatic with almost no other skills. They get the job done purely with firepower alone. The Soldier is also the quick start option for all 3 games, so most people pick the Soldier without even realizing it. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and let me know what games you'd like me to cover in the future. So let's get into the first game in the trilogy with Mass Effect 1. The Soldier has the most weapon proficiencies out of every class in the game, able to use pistols, shotguns, sniper rifles, and the only class to start with assault rifles. The Soldier is also the only player class to unlock heavy armor later in their skill tree. Starting with their talents, pistols are first up, with their marksman ability being the primary skill. Leveling up this tree, and all of your other weapon skills down the line, will increase your damage and accuracy with these weapons. Next up, once you have 4 points in pistols, you unlock shotguns, a close-range powerhouse gun throughout the game. The shotgun's primary skill is Carnage, an immensely powerful projectile that does up to 250% of the gun's damage per second later in the game. The next skill is the assault rifle, the Soldier's bread and butter. By leveling up this tree, you get more damage, more accuracy, and most importantly, overkill. A skill that purges weapon heat upon activation, lowers the heat generated from firing, and increasing damage dealt for the entire duration. Our final weapon tree is a sniper rifle, and leveling this tree gives you the skill Assassination, a one-time shot bonus equal to 300% DPS at max rank. The Soldier's next tree is the combat armor. Leveling up this tree gives you access to all armors available to humans in the game, while giving you the active ability Shield Boost, an instant recovery to your shields. When putting skills in combat armor, you unlock the tree First Aid, giving you a bonus to healing whenever you use Metagil to heal your party. Not much else to say about this skill. As the rank increases, you heal more, giving up to 180 health restored at max rank. Next up, we have the Assault Training skill tree, increasing your weapon damage by minuscule amounts, but amping up your melee damage and giving you the ability Adrenaline Burst. This skill resets your cooldowns on every skill, an especially useful one, but hard to use unless you are constantly swapping weapons to make use of the cooldown reduction. By putting 5 points into Assault Training, you receive the Fitness tree, giving you bonuses to health and the active ability Immunity, lowering the damage you take on your health bar. The Soldier's class skill, the Soldier, increases your health by a percentage amount, while also giving you a built-in regeneration, alleviating the need to have a regen mod on your armor. Your class specialization is either the Commando or the Shock Trooper. The Commando gives you increased weapon damage while also reducing the cooldown of Immunity, Assassination, and Marksman. The Shock Trooper gives you bonuses to health, damage reduction, and reduces the cooldown of Immunity and Adrenaline Burst. The two are equal as specializations, but I think having more weapon damage as the Commando is the better choice through the Insanity difficulty. As a Soldier, you easily do most of the fighting for your team. This comes at a price, however. You don't have the crowd control abilities of a Biotic, and you don't have Decryption, which means you need to bring a character with the Decryption skill whenever you go, so you don't have to revisit an area later to get missed loot. On the bright side, this means they will have Sabotage, which lays in more damage and prevents enemies from firing at you. Good choices for your squad here include Garrus, Kaidan, or Tali, helping you with the tech obstacles such as repairing the Mako, unlocking doors and containers, and in Tali's case, even hacking synthetic enemies you run into. The second team member should be someone who balances out the lack of biotics or tech that your first squad mate didn't cover. Liara is an excellent choice for the squad, bringing lift, singularity, and stasis for harder to kill bullet sponge enemies. The combat guide for the soldier is very straightforward. Using the guns provided, lay down fire for your squad, becoming the main damage output for your squad. You have the best armor and health, so lead the charge, while also using your squad mates' abilities to help you strip defenses that the bullets don't take out first. The immunity ability is one of the greatest assets to the soldier, as it dramatically reduces damage taken, and given the right specialization and armor upgrades, it is possible to keep this ability up almost indefinitely. Also, the adrenaline boost ability, which can recharge talents, is another great asset, because it allows the soldier to use abilities like Carnage and Assassination in quick succession. The talents of the soldier are designed to help them last longer in combat and dominate the battlefield. But that's it for Mass Effect 1, let's go get the collectors in Mass Effect 2. The soldier in Mass Effect 2 still retains the widest arsenal of weapons, making its job to deal damage for your squad. The class powers have received a full revamp, with none of the previous skills returning. First up, we have Adrenaline Rush. This power slows down your surroundings by 50% and lasts for 5 seconds. Damage percentage increases for the duration to compensate for the slowed rate of fire. This skill is the soldier's main skill. Pairing it with the M96 Matic or a sniper rifle ensures that enemies go down quick and easy, even on Insanity difficulty. You want to max this skill first, as a 3-second cooldown makes this skill a lifesaver all throughout the game. Next up, we have Concussion Shot, a high impact projectile that stuns enemies and affects biotic barriers. This skill is good to use against the hordes of husks in missions like the Derelict Reaper. Just make sure their defenses are stripped first. Disruptor Ammo is up next, the first ammo power for the soldier. The Disruptor Ammo gives a bonus damage increase against shields and synthetic enemies, and at later rank giving you the ability to disable synthetics and overheat weapons. This ammo type is invaluable for the soldier, giving them access to take down shielded enemies on their own. Next up is the Incendiary Ammo, giving a blazing crossfire effect to your weapons. This ammo stops health regeneration for Krogan and Vorcha enemies, and giving a damage increase to organic enemies and armored enemies. Being able to switch between Disruptor and Incendiary Ammo, the soldier can deal with most enemies in the game just by gunpowder alone. Cryo Ammo is up next, and while the Cryoblast skill is not particularly useful on Insanity, the ammo power is. Being able to freeze enemies once their shields are down, shotguns are an extremely effective way to use this ammo, as the pellets apply the ammo independently. The class power for the soldier is Combat Mastery, and it provides boosts across the board. By increasing your health, storm speed, and your Paragon and Renegade scores, this class tree helps you become the soldier you always wanted to be. The max rank gives you 2 options, Commando or Shock Trooper. The Shock Trooper further increases your Paragon and Renegade scores, while the Commando increases the damage dealt with your powers. So pick whichever one you'd like. Your choice of bonus powers in Mass Effect 2 is mainly dependent on your playstyle. If you want to be an all-in-one powerhouse, taking warp ammo can give the soldier the chance to take down any defense in the game, while barrier, fortification, or Geth shield boost can give you the edge needed to survive in the firefights on Insanity. Your weapons are the soldier's greatest strength, so make sure to bring a wide variety. Bringing the Matic as your assault rifle makes downing enemies with Adrenaline Rush a breeze. The M5 Phalanx makes a great sidearm for when you want to conserve ammo on your other guns. The shotgun for your build helps in low count enemy groups while also finishing off bosses like Ymir mechs. I'd recommend the Geth Plasma Shotgun for its slightly longer range than other shotguns. Last for the soldier's weapons is the sniper rifle, and I recommend using the Incisor or the Viper. You don't want to miss a single shot with Adrenaline Rush, and these will serve you fine on the battlefield. Your heavy weapon slot is very versatile. The Collector Particle Beam is a worthy weapon for dealing damage to an enemy's defense, while the Cane is a big nuke launcher, so you can't go wrong with that. Your squad is here to give you a balance of biotics and crowd control, making characters like Jack, Miranda, and Thane a desirable choice for the soldier. Jack is great for her shockwave being able to damage multiple enemies, Miranda for her all-around usefulness in taking down defenses, and Thane is a great late-game damage dealer. Your other members should be one made around tech powers. Tali, Garrus, or Kasumi can help in this role. Tali is great against synthetics, while the other two are great complements to the soldier. Overall, a soldier is great at taking damage and inflicting it with weapons, but they lack tech and biotic abilities, so picking squad members with those powers is necessary. However, each squad must be chosen based on the mission that you're about to go on and what enemies you'll be facing, so make sure to keep that in mind. With the collectors defeated, let's move into the final game in the Legendary Edition and take the war directly to the Reapers and Mass Effect 3. Here in Mass Effect 3, the soldier has a lot more weapons and parts to customize. The weight limit here for weapons is no problem for the soldier, as they only have one power to worry about for the cooldown penalty. But first up for the soldier is the Adrenaline Rush, slowing down time, increasing damage dealt, and depending on your upgrades, decreasing damage taken or even giving a boost to your shields. It should be noted that when you use Adrenaline Rush, any ammunition spent in the current weapon's clip will automatically be replenished, provided spare ammunition is available. This can potentially double your ammunition output before a reload is needed, and is useful when using powerful single-shot weapons. Concussive Shot is up next, and while the damage output is low, this skill can knock enemies off their feet. The shot can also detonate all three types of combos in the game, giving excellent synergy with the soldier's own ammo powers and squad mates. The soldier's grenade is the Frag Grenade. The grenade is a basic one, just dealing area damage, but just because it's bland does not mean it's not effective. This skill is great for hordes of enemies that keep on coming on missions like Priority Paladin or the Grissom Academy evacuation. Fitness is up next, boosting your melee damage along with your shields and health. This skill is great for the low rank upgrades in the beginning of the game, but you should be hesitant to put a lot of points here until the late game. The soldier's main way of surviving damage is killing more enemies with your points and other skills. Combat Mastery is your class passive, being able to increase your weight capacity, weapon damage, and bonus to your reputation skills. Cryo Ammo is your first ammo power, and it is mainly the same as it is in Mass Effect 2. It does not have any passive damage increase, but laying down cryo ammo on an armored enemy reduces the amount of damage protection they have. This skill is useful for the soldier, but the other ammo powers are more useful on Insanity. Next up we have the Disruptor Ammo, my most used ammo power in Mass Effect 3. Being able to take down shields with your guns is a very worthwhile skill investment, and is an incredibly damaging power used in conjunction with tech bursts. Next up we have our last ammo power, the Incendiary Ammo. It is great at removing armor, dealing damage to organic enemies, and can prime targets for fire explosions. This is a great ammo power for rapid firing guns, like SMGs, shotguns, and some assault rifles. Your choice of bonus power in Mass Effect 3 is very playstyle dependent, just like in Mass Effect 2. Because while powers like Fortification can help if you're on the front lines taking the damage for your team, powers like Marksman can provide faster firing weapons like the M9 Tempest or the Revenant the chance to shine. The soldier is very open-ended, so you really can't go wrong with choosing any of the bonus powers. Your weapons are the biggest choice you'll have to make as a soldier. As the soldier is equally deadly with all weapons, choices can be made for about any playstyle. In most cases, it's best to equip at least one long-range and one short-range weapon. But if you're not bothered by long cooldowns, you can equip more. A decent loadout is an assault rifle for mid-range combat, a sniper rifle for long range, and a shotgun for short range. Your squad members are tough picks for the soldier, as you can deal loads of damage but lack in the crowd control and biotics department. Shielded enemies are very common, and concussive shot doesn't deal a high amount of damage, even to barriers. As such, a character with overload makes a great complement to the soldier, especially since the neural shock evolution will incapacitate basic enemies, enabling small groups of enemies to be brought down every 5 to 10 seconds. Edie, Garrus, and Kaden all possess this skill. Tali can also fill this role with her energy drain, which has the additional effect of restoring her own shields. Attachments for squadmate weapons can be chosen freely, as they don't have to worry about weapon weight, recoil, or ammo capacity. Attaching damage and piercing mods to their weapons is a good idea for players looking to maximize the effectiveness of their squad's firearms. This just about sums up the Soldier and the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. They are a hard-hitting class, capable of damaging most enemies in each of the games with their gun-heavy playstyle. They are a viable class on the Insanity difficulty. They may not have a lot of skills, but bringing in the guns makes sure the soldiers get the work done. I wanted to thank each and every one of you for watching my class guides, and I'm currently hard at work for the final class, the Vanguard. I'm going to be streaming my playthrough of the Vanguard soon, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for those sessions. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya!